Okay, with the Highveld season playing second fiddle to the KwaZulu-Natal winter season, racing is on Sunday at Turffontein. MAMBO MAE has her second start after a decent enough debut, finishing fifth. What are you expecting?
You know, I didn't expect much first time. I was pleasantly surprised because she ran on well. I think she's still a little bit on the big side. She's a short filly, but she's broad. And she's improved, obviously, and I think she'll be in the money, but I'm not sure she's ready to win yet. But if the favourites don't pitch up properly, we'll give it a go. But she's, as I say, she's improved, and I was happy with her first run.
All right, Mike, with the KwaZulu-Natal season in full swing, just the two runners on the weekend, starting off with STELLARMEIN.
Yeah, Andrew, obviously she's a battler. You know, her race figure, well, her merit rating has dropped to a very low rate. We battled to get a run for its first run for our stable. She come from Joe Somer. We've brought her right down to the minimum distance, down to 1160. We've got her run for her. She's been working all right. We're hoping that she runs a decent type of race for us. She's looking all right. Work on the sand, not too bad. We're just hoping that she runs an improved race. Her form doesn't look too good. But for Craigie's sake, he's really persevered with this filly, so I really hope she can run into the money for him.
Sun Up is a daughter of Dawn Approach, having her first start out of an Oasis Dream mare, impeccably bred. What are you expecting there?
Lovely filly, Andrew. She's not a big girl, but she's gutsy, and she's shown us a bit of promise. We haven't tried her properly, but we know she's got some ability. Raymond rode her again this morning. He says she won't disgrace herself. I'm expecting first three.
The exact opposite is the case with ARCTICA. He's a horse that is as honest as the day is long. He ran a cracking race in the Jubilee behind some really good horses that are running in the Vodacom Durban July. And I thought he was a little unlucky.
Yeah, Andrew, probably the most unlucky horse of all in the race. As Pierre was putting his run in, he got done at a crucial stage of the race, probably would have landed up winning the race. I'm kicking myself for not nominating him in the Vodacom Durban July because he would have probably got into the field on the strength of that run because they took the Jubilee form into account and he was right on top of them. And if they looked at that race and looked at the way he ran, he probably would have got into the field. So maybe I should have nominated him and I could have had two runners in the race and I could have ensured a decent pace.
ROMI'S Boy didn't seem to get into the race in his last Group 1 performance behind Brett Crawford's individual, but what are you expecting here?
Yeah, they ran him off his feet last time. I mean, that Scottsville track was quick for him. He's still in a 6 furlong, but he has been effective at Turffontein. And Pierre gets him out the gates and running. As I say, Raymond has got very good hands. It's a gift, really, to be able to put a horse to sleep. But with that, he might go further. But he hasn't won over further, so he's back in the 6 furlong. He's going well. I think he'll run a big race.
Formerly known as All for One. Obviously, Charles raced the mother. And what are you expecting of this individual?
Yeah, he's the old man of the stable. He's a good campaigner. He's done us proud in some ways. You know, he hasn't been a superstar, but he's often tries. And his last win was a 6 furlong. Although it's a bit short for him, a 6 furlong. I think he's more of a 7 furlong horse. I think he'll run well. He's working well. His last run was terrible. He was travelling very well on the turn, and the next thing he got a hell of a bump. Knocked him wide, but it also knocked the wind out of him, and he shortened his stride and was gone. So you can put a line through that last run. It was just too bad to be true. And I'm expecting a fair run on Sunday.